thank you for that, whoever that was. I didn't realize people were watching. I turned off the view count thing so that I don't get distracted by paying attention to how many people are watching or anything like that. Maybe you're Louise? I'm guessing, because you say you don't message chat or anything. Could be wrong, but maybe you're Louise. That's just a guess. Okay, the long tones is boring for most people, so since at least one person's watching, maybe I'll skip to some pieces. Or I can just play by ear. There was that iPod commercial song, New Soul. Let's find out what key it's in. I think it's in C. I think it's in C. It's a very simple tune, but pretty catchy. La 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 la. I don't know how the bass line goes. Dum 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 dum. I don't know if I listen to the music, it'll get won't get copyright infringement. I guess it doesn't matter since I'm not monetizing the video, but dum 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 dum. I don't know how the bass line goes. I'll just have to play something else. Let's try the Mozart Flute Quartet. My stuff. Documents. Nope. Sheet music. Mozart Flute Quartet. Flute marked. 2-page. Fit height. Okay. There it is. Oh God, my high tones are bad. bum 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 bum. Bum bum ba da 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 da. Bum 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 da da dum 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 da da da. I need to practice the hard parts again and again. Oh, hello, mommy. Hello, Jose Maria. I don't know if I should chat or if I should just keep playing. I think I'll just keep playing. How's the practice so far? Just started like how many minutes ago? 9 minutes ago, and this piece is improving over time, a little bit by little bit, because I'm not practicing every day, so it's taking a long time, but it's getting there. Yeah, I'll keep playing. Thanks for that, Jose Maria. Damn, I love that part. I wonder what part you're talking about. Let me see. Maybe... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to say which part it was. Okay, let me break it down into different lines, and you tell me which line. Like, move your fingers a bunch. Okay. Let me break it down into different lines, and then you tell me which line it was. I'm gonna break it down into 2 different lines. This is line 1. No, I'll do, yeah, line 1. That's line 1. Line 2. It was at the very end. Okay. So maybe line 2, not line 1. Okay. So I think that was at the end. Okay, not line 2. Okay. Okay. Not line 2. So let's try another line. Mochi. Let's pick you up. Also, how do you not run out of breath? I do run out of breath. You just seem to go at it. You have to take quick, short, deep breaths. That's the trick. That's the big trick. Mochi. No, it was line 2 at the end. I see. It is line 2. Okay. No. It was line 2 at the end. I don't know if my mom is still watching, but otherwise she'd see Mochi live right now. Okay, Mochi, I'll put you down. Yeah, she ran away. Yeah, she was running away. She doesn't want to be held. That was so funny. She runs away. She doesn't want to be held. Funny. Maybe I'll snippet that and put that in the video for my video tonight. That was funny. You're right, that was funny. Man, I love that part. Okay. Yeah, that's the end of a nice end of a phrase. That part is not too hard. The harder parts are like, for example, this is harder. That's pretty hard. That's pretty hard. That's a little easier. That's easier. That's not so hard. Do you know any other songs? I used to play quite a lot of other songs. Yes. I have a lot of sheet music in the basement. I played a Mozart flute and harp concerto. It went. Okay. Okay. I remember, I think. And you just move one of your fingers up and down, so it really isn't that hard. Yeah. When you do the trill is really easy. Anyone can do the trill. You go, yeah. That's kind of hard to do by ear. By the way, does your family not complain about the sound, or neighbors? If I keep my windows closed, the neighbors won't even hear me. My family, the door's open right now because of Mochi, so my dad can hear me. But he's usually watching TV or has earphones plugged in and is listening to YouTube, so I don't think it bothers him too much. He doesn't say stop, or he'll say like, oh, you're playing the flute again. But he won't be like, oh, it's so noisy, close the door. Like, he won't say that, so. But yeah, interesting point, Jose Maria. Oh yeah, I was playing the flute and harp concerto. There's another flute concerto which I never learned, but I learned a bit beginning of the third movement by ear. wants me to play by memory. So, by memory, not really, because I don't really know. I don't remember the fingering that well. I played it so many years ago, like well over a decade ago, like 15 years ago, and that wasn't quite by memory. I know the tune, so I'm playing it by ear. So I'm trying to match my fingers to the sound that's in my head. So it's not by memory, because it's muscle memory. That would be great, but the flute muscle memory is really difficult. Because unlike piano, where there are patterns of fingers, flute, there's no pattern to the fingers. So, I mean, it's not as easy as piano in terms of muscle memory. So, oh, by ear, playing by ear. Yeah, so playing by ear means you have the sound in your head. So you're trying to match the instrument to that sound. You're playing the notes. You're trying to find the notes to try and... I'm like, oh, this E sounds like that note, so I play the E. Oh, it's a bit off. Oh, it's not an E. Oh, it's an F or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I know how to play the piano. Not as good as my flute. Flute I'm better at than the piano. I'm not that good at the piano, but I played some nice pieces. I took some piano lessons again in 2018 for a year. I forgot all of it though. I haven't kept up with it, so all my muscle memory is probably deteriorated a lot, and I'll have to relearn all this stuff. But I played some Mario music, I played a Final Fantasy piece, I played some Mozart and Beethoven, just the simple pieces, so that was... Yeah, it's kind of a shame that I don't play the piano as well. I don't know if I should get back to it. I don't know if it takes so much maintenance to try and retain that muscle memory. Just going through all the pieces and trying to retain the memory, you have to keep going back and practicing once in a while. So I don't know if I will get back to it, but I could if I wanted to. Can you please play the piano, Mario? It would be difficult to stream because the piano is in the basement. I would have to take my laptop and stream. And the audio quality would not be as good unless I take my mic down as well. That would be a lot more difficult to stream, just... Because all my setup is here, right? On the second floor, so... It would be difficult to play the piano stream, but... if it becomes easier in the future, or I don't know... Yes, it's a upright piano, so yeah, it's upright piano. So you know those standing pianos that are just upright? It's not a grand piano that's like lying down flat on the ground and like huge like concert pianos, but it's an upright home piano that's just standing upright, and it's a full-on acoustic piano. So MIDI, no, it's not a keyboard. It's a real piano. Yeah. I don't think there are that many pianos. There are keyboards, which are digital keyboards, and then there are upright pianos and grand pianos. I don't know if there are other types of pianos. I mean, they all have a different sound. Yes, there are several. Googled it and recognized it. Yeah. So with the acoustic piano, it would be difficult to stream. Yeah. Sorry about that, Jose Maria, but it would be interesting to stream piano practice as well. Yeah, probably more entertaining because you're playing the harmony as well. So knowledgeable about instruments. It just kind of naturally happens if you're playing any instrument and then you listen to orchestral music, then you just naturally learn about this and that other instrument, especially as you're just talking to your flute teacher or whatever instrument teacher. You just learn about their opinions of different instruments. Like for example, I asked what's like one of the hardest instruments to master, and in his guess, probably the French horn is one of the hardest, because the French horn is like this round, golden-looking horn for the horn it looks like a long, twisted, circular trumpet. Anyways, he said there are only a few keys, and you have to do so much with your embouchure to get accurate notes. And he said that's probably the most difficult to sound really good on it, because it's it's so easy to crack a note or not play a note so well, like in an orchestra. The French horn, to sound really good, means they're at a really high level, because if even at an average orchestra, the French horns don't sound that good, just because it's such a difficult instrument to master. But yeah, that was an interesting topic. He said violin and also all the string instruments, but particularly violin, because the notes are so much more noticeable. They're really difficult trying to stay in tune. The nightmare of string instruments is that they have to stay in tune, because there's no fret on the instrument, so it's all with finger, and even just a slight movement of your finger could change the tune of the note. So staying in tune, playing in tune is a string instrument's nightmare. That's why like a lot of bad or mediocre orchestras, even, they have really bad sounding strings, because they're out of tune with each other. They're all playing slightly different notes, so it just sounds awful. I think I've heard the French horn before on Whiplash or Cuphead soundtracks. Yeah, I love those big band songs. I can imagine. Yeah. Yeah, French horn sounds really nice. I'll play some French horn Mozart concertos. They're really nice. Horn concerto. Like, have a listen to this. Wait. I don't know why I call everything songs. And there's another one. So these big band songs are awesome. You can just hear the effort put in the song. Yeah, these are orchestras. So orchestras are usually string and other instruments, but the mains are the strings. Bands are more like the main instruments are like trumpets, and yeah, trumpets are the main in bands. Not gonna lie, I would add some drums to this song, and everyone has to give it some beat. Yeah, that's a fair comment. Yeah. Or was I going with my train of thought? Yeah, bands, usually trumpets are the main, and bands usually have a lot of like percussion as well, timpani and like drums and stuff like that. Orchestra, they don't have that much percussion usually, unless it's in the later periods, but early periods, not a lot of percussion for. Yeah, sorry, I mean orchestras. Sorry, Mozart probably didn't have drums back then. Yeah, imagine Mozart with today's technology. Oh my god. because that would be amazing. Because Mozart did not, like, he was kind of like, how do I put it? Like he would write music that was popular at the time, right? So if he had today's technology, he would write, like, he would use all the instruments that he wanted to, whether it's like a drum track or some kind of weird synthetic bass or anything like that. He would tap into that for sure, and he would experiment and try to create all sorts of. That would be amazing if there was like a modern day Mozart who composed using modern day technology. That'd be crazy. Yeah, modern day Mozart. I actually don't know very much of Mozart. I know he wrote classics. Yeah. He was also a gambler. He gambled a lot. He was not good at money managing. So he died a poor man. He died of sickness, but he was a poor man when he died. Yeah. But man, the music that he wrote, heavenly. Yeah. Do I play chess? Yes, Jose Maria. I used to play chess. I was in the chess club at school when I was much younger. Was I ever really good? Not really. I wasn't that good at all. I was mediocre. I was okay. I've always been more fascinated with Go, the white and black stones on a grid. It's the oldest board game in the world. It's like 5,000 years old. And it's more fascinating to me than chess with the restricted moves, because Go is just more, it's so complex and so, there's just so much depth to it, more than chess for sure. So I'm interested in Go. I never even learned how to really play, but there's a comic book called Hikaru no Go, which is about a young boy who gets inhabited by a spirit who plays Go, and then the spirit is really good at Go, so he like tries to become a pro player, and it's really interesting and one of my favorite mangas of comic books, Japanese comic books. So, oh, my mom is very good at that game. Wow, Go, really? I didn't know they played Go at. You're in Chile, right? I didn't know they played Go in Chile. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. Probably not. It's mostly an Asian game, I think. Like China, Japan, Korea. I think I've confused games. Yeah. It's mostly an Asian game. China, Japan, Korea. I think I've confused games. No. It's similar. Oh, checkers. You played check. Yeah. Checkers is fun. I barely played it, but checkers. Checkers, yeah. Checkers is a fun game too. Much easier to learn and beginner friendly, which is nice. Checkers. Yeah. I'm very sorry. Ha ha ha. No need to be sorry. They're not at all similar. Yeah, they're very different. Super different. One is Go is territorial and about getting the most area as possible, and checkers is about getting to the end. So completely different games. It's been 37 minutes. I want to make my video now. Yeah, I think I'll wrap up with one last performance of this piece, and then let's get to making the video for today. Donald Dump, beautiful. Jose Maria, I ran out of breath just looking at you, ha ha ha. Yeah, I ran out of breath there, as you can tell during the trill. The trill is the da da da. Yeah, that's the part I ran out. Thanks for tuning in, Donald Dump. Yeah, I think I'll end it there and make my video for today. Let's see. Yeah, that was a good stream. Thanks, Jose Maria, and Donald Dump for tuning in at the last minute, and mainly Jose Maria for being there for the whole stream. That was great. I will see you guys in the next stream or in my next video, which I'm posting right after I finish working on it. So, bye guys.